Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Ross McCorkle. The trade deadline is 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, tomorrow, which means the Steelers have one full day to figure out how they can improve their team. Wide receiver has been the most obvious position, with the Steelers being linked to Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Davante Adams, Cooper Kupp, and others dating back to the offseason all the way up until now. They are now 6-2 with a real shot at winning the AFC North and getting at least one or two home playoff games. Meanwhile, they have watched almost every other contender in the AFC upgrade their teams at the wide receiver position over the last few weeks. The Jets traded for Davante Adams, the Chiefs traded for DeAndre Hopkins, the Ravens traded for Deontay Johnson, and the Bills traded for Amari Cooper. There may not be a receiver the caliber of any of those players available for the Steelers, but there are still some options that could upgrade the offense and provide additional depth. Keep in mind, the Steelers are one injury away to George Pickens from a very, very bad situation. Adam Thielen and Mike Williams are probably the most realistic options. Williams seemed like the most likely up until the Jets won their Thursday Night Football game last week and Allen Lazard was placed on IR. They may opt to hang on to Williams at this point, with playoff hopes at least somewhat alive in a relatively weak middle of the AFC. Thielen makes more sense as the Panthers have zero reason to hang on to him. He is 34 years old, playing for a team that has no immediate hopes of being good in the next year or two. They are in complete rebuild mode, with Bryce Young being benched this year after being number 1 overall in last year's draft. Thielen had over 100 receptions and over 1,000 receiving yards in 2023, working with a very rough quarterback in rookie Bryce Young. Even at 33 years old, he was still pretty effective. The big issue is the fact that he sustained what was described as a major hamstring injury in Week 3, and he has not played since then this year. They opened his practice window on October 23rd to come off IR, so any trade that would be completed would have to come with a pending physical. Given that time is currently of the essence, it would be a very risky move for the Steelers if they agree on a trade for him, and then he fails the physical. It would leave the Steelers empty-handed at the deadline with no way to seek other options. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and check out The Terrible Podcast with Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.